to class 12 physics. In this video again we are going to continue chapter 1 electric charges and fields, and we will be solving some of the numericals of the textual exercise. So numerical number 20 of the textbook. A point charge causes an electric flux of -1 into 10 raised to 3 Newton meter square per coulomb pass through a spherical Gaussian surface of 10 centimeter radius centered on the charge. That means we are having a spherical surface whose radius is r equals to 10 centimeter, and a point charge is placed at the center. That means the flux over here, flux for this spherical Gaussian surface, that is given as -1 into 10 raised to 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. Now first we need to find if the radius of the Gaussian surface were doubled, how much flux would pass through the surface. That means here we are given the condition. We are already having the spherical surface, and for that spherical surface the flux passing through that is -1 into 10 raised to 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. Now the condition is if the radius is double, right? Here we are having the charge, right? And suppose we are doubling the radius, and we are having a sphere like that, and a Gaussian surface whose radius is double. What will be the flux passing through this new sphere with double of the radius? Now see, we already know the formula for the flux, that is for phi equals to q upon epsilon 0. Right? For the first case having radius r, we are having the flux equals to -1 into 10 raised to 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. Right? Q is what? Here Q is the charge that is enclosed by the sphere. Epsilon 0, that is permittivity of the free space. Now even if we double the radius, right, and for these new Gaussian spherical surface, the charge is the same. What we are given, we are just doubling the radius, and now the new Gaussian surface, in that also the charge enclosed will be q. So flux will not change in that case. Here charge enclosed is the same even if the radius is double. So flux will also remain same, that is -1 into 10 raised to 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. Now second part, what is the value of the point charge? So here what we are given in the data, we are given the flux, right? And we know epsilon 0, that is what? Permittivity of free space, that is 8.85 into 10 raised to -12 Newton inverse raised to -2 per coulomb, that is into coulomb. So here to find the point charge, we will be applying the formula, that is phi equals to q by epsilon 0, taking q as a subject. So q equals to phi into epsilon 0. Value of phi, that is what? -1 into 10 raised to 3. Epsilon 0, that is 8.85 into 10 raised to -12. When we calculate this, we get -8.85 into 10 raised to -9 coulomb. So this is the value of the point charge which is centered at the sphere. And here this negative sign indicates that the charge that is enclosed by the Gaussian surface, which is placed at the center of the sphere, that is the negative charge. So students, you may copy down this numerical. Now let us solve numerical number 21. A conducting sphere of radius 10 cm has an unknown charge. That means the charge on the sphere is unknown. If the electric field 20 cm from the center of the sphere is 1.5 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. So what is given? The electric field from the center up to 20 cm, that is 1.5 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb, and points radially inward. What is the net charge on the sphere? So what is given? Here electric field 20 cm from the center of the sphere is 1.5 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per Coulomb. That means here the distance given is 20 cm. So what is given? Electric field is given, distance is given, and charge we need to find. Over here we know electric field that is equals to kq upon r square. We know this equation to find the electric field, right? Here E is given, R is given, K is what? That is the Coulomb's constant, which is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb. Okay, so here we need to find Q. So taking Q as subject, Q equals to E R square upon K. Substituting the values, we get 1.5 into 10 raised to 3. Here R is in centimeter, so converting that into meter, 0.2 meter. Here we have to take square of the distance, so 0.2 square upon K value, that is 9 into 10 raised to 9. When we calculate this, we get the value as 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 9. Now, this is the value of the charge, 6.6 into 10 raised to minus 9 Coulomb. What is given over here? It points radially inwards. It is about the electric field. Electric field is pointing radially inwards. That means this charge, it is the negative charge. So we can say Q equals to minus 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 9 Coulomb. So students, you may note down this numerical. Now let us solve numerical number 22. A uniformly charged conducting sphere of 2.4 meter diameter has a surface charge density of 80 microcoulomb per meter square. So in the first statement, what we are given, we are having the conducting sphere, right? Its radius, its diameter is given, and the surface charge density is given. Diameter over here is 2.4 meter. So its radius is b by 2, that is 1.2 meter. And surface charge density denoted by sigma, that is equals to 80 microcoulomb per meter square. Now here we need to convert the microcoulomb, so it is 80 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb per meter square. Find the charge on the sphere. We need to find the charge deposited on the sphere. Q equals to what? So over here what we are having? We are having the radius, we are having the surface charge density. We need to find the Q. From this, the surface charge density, that is equals to what? Amount of charge upon the surface area. That is Q upon A, where Q is what? That is the net charge or the amount of the charge upon the surface area A. Right? Here we are given the conducting sphere. So the area of the conducting sphere, that is equals to 4 pi r square. Now here we need to find Q. Now we got all the data. We are having sigma, we are having the radius of the sphere. So taking Q as the subject, taking all the other terms on the other side, 4 pi r square, value of sigma, that is 80 into 10 raised to minus 6 into 4, here the value of pi, that is 3.14, into radius, that is 1.2 meter. So square of that. Now when we calculate this, we get the value as 1.447 into 10 raised to minus 3 coulomb. So value of charge is 1.447 into 10 raised to minus 3 coulomb. Now the second part, that is P part. What is the total electric flux leaving the surface of the sphere? That means we need to find the flux passing through the sphere. So flux phi, that is equals to what? That is equals to Q upon epsilon 0, where Q is what? That is the charge enclosed by the sphere. We got the charge now. Epsilon 0, that is the permittivity of the space. Let us write down that epsilon 0, that is 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 n inverse m raised to minus 2 coulomb square. Now substituting the values of that charge, what we are having? 1.447 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. When we calculate this, we get the value as 1.635 into 10 raised to 8. Unit for this is Newton meter square per coulomb. So this is the value of the flux, 1.635 into 10 raised to 8 Newton meter square per coulomb. So students, you may note down this numerical. Now let us solve numerical number 24. An infinite line charge produces a field of 9 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb at a distance of 2 centimeter. Here we are given the electric field 9 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb, and these electric field is at a distance of 2 centimeter from the infinite line charge. Here 2 centimeter, that means converting that into meter, that is 0.02 meter. Calculate the linear charge density. So what we need to find is lambda, which is the denotation for linear charge density. See, here we are having an infinite line charge that produces the electric field. We have already learned the application of the Gauss law for an infinitely charged long straight wire, right? For that, the electric field, that is equals to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r. We already got this first application of the Gauss law, where we found the electric field due to infinitely long straight wire in which there is uniformly charges, right? So here E equals to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r. What we need to find is lambda. Here we are giving the electric field and the distance in the data, we will be multiplying and dividing the equation by 2. 2 pi epsilon 0 r by 2. So this becomes 2 lambda upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r. And we know 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, that is k, which is the Coulomb's constant. So writing that k into 2 lambda, so 2k lambda by r, which is equals to E. Here we need to find lambda, so taking lambda as subject, lambda equals to taking all the other terms on the other side, E into r upon 2k. Now substituting the values of this, here E is 9 into 10 raised to 4. The distance r, that is 0.02. Here it is 2 into k, that is Coulomb's constant. Its value is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So that 9 into 10 raised to 9. Cancelling out this, here 2 and 2, the value will be 10 raised to minus 7 Coulomb per meter. So the linear charge density that we get over here is 10 raised to minus 7 Coulomb per meter.